top 10 biggest Ezra Miller red flags we should have noticed. Given that there's still a pivotal performer in huge movies like Fantastic Beasts and The Flash, it's surprising that Miller's behavior has gone unchecked for so long. Hi, I'm Bridget Shields, and let's get into today's video. Number 10. Charged with possession. When talking about all of Miller's controversies, it's only fair that we start off a little tame. This one could easily go down as a harmless teenage mistake with all things considered. What happened exactly? Well, in June of 2011, Miller was a passenger in a vehicle that got pulled over for a broken brake light in Pittsburgh while shooting Perks of Being a Wallflower. And no, none of their co-stars were with them at the time, not even Emma Watson. Police found 20 grams of a leafy green substance on Miller, and the then 18-year-old was charged with possession. The judge was very lenient, however, and after giving them a lecture about influencing the younger cast members on set, he dropped the case altogether. The actor instead faced 2 citations of disorderly conduct and was ordered to pay $600. But it's clear Miller wasn't sorry, as they then went on to tell New York Magazine, quote, "It's a harmless herbal substance that increases sensory appreciation." Number 9. Kissed a fan. This one is slightly worse, but it's still a bit of a grey area. It was all captured on video in 2017 at a San Diego Comic-Con event when Miller asked fans why their character the Flash would have trouble getting drunk. Someone in the crowd correctly answered that Flash's metabolic rate makes getting tipsy very difficult because it's just so fast. But when another fan jokingly asked Miller to smell their breath just to be sure, Miller responded by kissing the fan on the mouth, planting a big fat kiss on the man's lips without clear consent. The trouble is that Miller seemed pretty wasted in the video, and that's why fans asked if they were drunk in the first place. During the kiss, the crowd cheered and the man was left absolutely stunned as Miller continued to repeatedly kiss his face when asked, quote, "How did it smell?" before walking away. Some people say that the kiss looked consensual based on the fan's non-verbal cues, but he might have just stood still because he was shocked. Number 8. Music theft. 2 musicians have accused Ezra Miller of stealing music they worked on and releasing it without giving them credit. Music producer Oliver Ignatius and rapper Guys Guevara claim the actor stole the music they worked on and posted it to social media without credits. Ignatius met up with Miller in both the Northeast and Hawaii to collaborate on new music, but soon realized that they, quote, "seemed to be on a very dangerous spiral," and said that working with the actor felt like pulling teeth. In fact, Ignatius called their behavior atrocious, belligerent, threatening, and incredibly aggressive, also claiming that Miller threw an aggressive temper tantrum because they didn't agree that violence against women was worth singing about. Talk about red flags. But after Ignatius quit the project, Miller then posted the unfinished music online, including songs that they had not worked on at all. Now, Ignatius plans to file a court order for Miller to take the music down. Number 7. Idealizes Violence. In 2011, the star took the role of a teenage school and We Need to Talk About Kevin. Dubbed as one of the most controversial movies ever made, Miller went very deep into the role of a sociopath, and the ultimate result was a portrayal so unsettling that they even said it bothered some of their friends. Quote, "I do get a certain kind of validation and gratification from the way people will sort of approach me tentatively, with a little bit of fear after they see the film." This admission by itself is not that strange, but it really becomes a red flag when we look at Miller's interview with Vogue several years later, where they asked the writer if she would like to see the crossbow that their character used to attack several classmates in the same film. They apparently keep the crossbow in their house. It's worth noting that the actor is also a huge supporter of the right to bear arms and has said that they don't have a problem with people owning semi-automatic weapons. Quote, "People need to protect themselves." Number 6. Choked a woman. This is exactly what it sounds like. In a since deleted tweet, a disturbing video shows Miller choking a woman at a bar in Iceland. The incident took place after Miller was approached by a group of eager young fans who were just excited to have spotted the actor. But the interaction escalated when Miller lost his temper at the young woman shown in the video. In the short clip, they could be heard asking, quote, "Oh, you wanna fight? That's what you want to do?" The woman, who was clearly confused, prepared to fight them in a joking manner, but Miller then attacked the girl by grabbing her by the throat and throwing her to the ground. The whole incident was rather uncomfortable to watch because it's clear that she was only playing around, but Miller was dead serious. The person filming the video could then be heard saying, "Whoa, bro," before the video cuts off abruptly. According to a witness at the bar, Miller was then escorted off the premises by staff. Number 5. First arrest in Hawaii. Ezra Miller's presence is becoming more of an imminent threat to the people of Hawaii than active volcanoes. Their first offense on the island came last month when they were arrested for disorderly conduct and harassment after an alleged incident at a popular Hawaiian night spot. They were arrested after South Hilo officers responded to reports of a disorderly bar patron. Police alleged that Miller had become agitated while other patrons were singing a karaoke rendition of Shallow from A Star Is Born and began yelling obscenities. Miller then grabbed the microphone from 23-year-old woman singing karaoke and later lunged at a 32-year-old man playing darts. The bar owner allegedly asked Miller to calm down several times to no avail. After being arrested and charged on offenses of disorderly conduct and harassment, Miller paid the meager $500 bond and was released from custody. Number 4. Restraining Order. After the incident at the bar, you would think Miller has disturbed the peace enough, but when they returned back to the hostel they were staying at, they decided to threaten the couple who lived there. The Hawaiian residents alleged that Miller returned home with a vengeance, burst into the couple's bedroom and screamed, "I will bury you and your wife." The petition alleges that Miller stole the wife's passport and the husband's wallet, which contains his credit cards, social security card, and driver's license. It's unclear whether the items were ever returned. The couple eventually decided they had had enough of Miller's behavior at the hostel and filed a restraining order against the actor. They asked the court to order Miller not to contact them in any form and stay away from their home and places of work. A judge grants the couple the restraining order the following day. Clearly, they weren't going to put up with Miller's anger issues anymore. Number 3. Second arrest in Hawaii. Just 1 month after their arrest for disorderly conduct and harassment, the Flash star found themselves in trouble with the law on the island again this week. This time, their arrest came for second-degree assault after an incident at the residence. At a residence. Officials say Miller became irate after being asked to leave a gathering and threw a chair, which struck a 26-year-old woman on the head, leaving a half-inch cut. Miller was arrested at 1:30 a.m. during a traffic stop and was released from custody at around 4:05 a.m. An investigation into the incident is currently ongoing. The chair incident was more than a red flag, it actually marks a disturbing pattern we're starting to see here when it comes to Miller and violence against women, and it only gets worse from here. Number 2. Allegations of Last week, the parents of 18-year-old activist Gibson Iron Eyes, formerly known as Tokata, accused Miller of their child. According to the Los Angeles Times, the parents of the 18-year-old Gibson Iron Eyes were granted a protective order against the actor, accusing them of physically and emotionally harming the teen and behavior. Parents Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle had their interim order of protection for their daughter approved by a judge, which says that Miller cannot contact the family or be within 100 yards of the residence. The parents accuse the star of psychologically manipulating, physically intimidating, and endangering the safety and welfare of their child. Most troublingly, Miller and Gibson first met when they were 23 and 12 respectively, at the Standing Rock Reservation during the 2016 political action to stop the Dakota pipeline. Creepy would be an understatement. And coming in at number 1, allegations of kidnapping. 18-year-old Gibson, who according to tribal regulations is still under the care of their parents as they are still considered to be their legal guardians, is believed to be somewhere with Miller at this time, but authorities cannot locate either one of them and their whereabouts are currently unknown. In an interview with People, Sarah says that she has only spoken with Gibson 3 times since February and felt that the phone call was being monitored and interrupted by Miller. She said that Gibson sounded robotic over the phone and said, quote, "Our daughter's basically brainwashed." This lines up with the family's previous allegation that Miller has exhibited behavior in a pattern of corrupting a minor and was secretly supplying Gibson with alcohol and other substances. The parents also say that Miller pressured Gibson to drop out of school, and when they flew to Vermont in January to check on them, their child had bruises on their body and was not in possession of their own driver's license, car keys, or bank card. Do you think all these controversies are finally going to start affecting Miller's career? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.